Three, two, one.
Hey everyone, thanks for waiting. I'm sorry I couldn't be on He Road today. Shifty Sunday, I feel awful. I had a very bad experience with my condition. It wouldn't let me sleep. I've never experienced that. I know people who experience that, and it's got to be awful for them. I've never had that problem before, and it was terrible. So I slept through Shifty Sunday until the very end and had to finish up a couple things, and now we're here. And before I even get started, I want to say I'm really sorry to Super Mario Brothers 3. I am sending you love and hugs and prayers. I feel awful. I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine how you feel right now. Oh, gosh. And hello to everyone else in the chat. Thank you for being here, Bigger Pick, Michael Fontaine. I know it's late. Jeff, you want to say hello? Jeff, are you there? Maybe Jeff is not here. Maybe he stepped away a moment because he's still muted. Oh, God. If there's anything we can do, just let us know, Super Mario. And we lost Jeff. His computer crashed. I had a feeling something like that was happening. Hey, pushing buttons. His mom was blessed to have him. Ah, God. We have so much to cover, guys. There's only 4 folders, but one folder has so much in it. So much in it that it took me 3 days just to do the one. And hopefully Jeff gets back soon because I can't. You pop back in because it lost connection to my microphone. You popping back in fixed it.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Well,
you guys can hear me now?
hopefully it
'Cause
doesn't
I know
kick
you
me
couldn't
off
hear me for a
again.
second. Huh?
Hopefully it doesn't kick me off again. Hopefully we got that over with.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I do feel better now. Thank you, pushing buttons. Even getting, I think I got about 3 hours of sleep. Even getting 3 hours of sleep, all the difference in the world. I have not checked emails yet, but I did see Super Mario's email about the braces, which I've covered in Ferris Bueller. But I have not had time to read my emails. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with the landlord fixing the apartment up. I do want to do a little update. He has not filed, and he was able to file as of last Monday.
Good.
So I believe we have staved off the eviction. But like I said, we're leaving the GoFundMe up right now because we're worried about February. Joey still has not received his tax returns. He usually files. He would have filed, I think, the 25th or the 26th of January. He normally files. And the landlord is expecting that rent at the end of February. And I don't know if we're going to have that refund by then. So I'm a little panicked right now. And pushing buttons, don't you dare. That's all I'm going to say. Don't you dare. But yeah, so so that's why I'm leaning to GoFundMe out because right now I'm very concerned about the February double payment because we don't have the double payment without the tax refund. We have to wait for that. But that's a little update. It's a relief, but the landlord's been here a lot fixing stuff, and I think it's because he has money. He's like, oh well, now I'll fix the stuff, you know. So I haven't had time, and that's also why I'm not getting much sleep because normally I'm asleep during the day and awake at night. Well, now I'm backwards. I'm sleeping like afternoon through showtime, and that's bad. So I'll fix everything this week. Hey, angels don't fall. Did I say hi to Bigger Pick? If I didn't, hi Bigger Pick. Um, but I will check emails after tonight. It's just that it's been very busy this week. It's been so busy. I can't sitting up because I can't be upright. I have to lay down. But I have before I was sick. I've actually slept sitting up, and yeah, it's not bad. I used to do it in the car all the time. Okay, so I was saying something. I forget what it is. Oh, we're covering the Challenger thing because of Brian Stabley. Brian Stabley did a post in Facebook, and I explained to him that I covered a Mandela effect with this, and he had never heard of it. And I said, all right, it's time to rewind, bring it back up again. And then, of course, me looking at it, it's completely different from when I covered it last time. So we're doing that again. Plus, there's something new in there. But to save time, I just used like 2 pieces of residue. The rest of the residue I'll show you next week. I have it. It's just that it takes me forever now to highlight everything since Apple did the iOS 17 update. It takes like twice as long to put boxes around everything because everything, like before you put a box and it was a box and you just put it around the letters. Now when you make a box, it's filled in and you got to make it not filled in. Then choose a color. And everything's got these animations that are just like that 1 extra second slower. Those seconds add up. All those seconds add up to doubling my time to do the work. So, residue's coming later. I think those are all the announcements I have right now. Jeff, is there anything you want to say before we get started?
Not that I can think of, no.
Covered them for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're going to get started with the gigantic folder of 61 slides. But there's a lot going on in it. It's not just like just looking at logos and stuff. We got multiple questions, multiple things for you to look at, but there's 61 slides. And mind you, these 61 slides were going to be the bonus section of the asteroid folder. I'm glad I didn't do that. Because then you'd never see that folder ever again. So whenever you're ready, Jeff, you're not presenting, so I can't do anything. Yeah, the update to my iPad took away functionality. It took away the magnifying glass. Like I'd have that little circle where it was magnified. You could see things better. I can't roll back the update. Can't do that. It took away the magnifying glass, and it just made everything worse. It made things worse. That's all it did. All right. Let's get started. I think we're going to take turns with this one. Like when we get to the headings, we'll switch. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do the first one, you can do the second one, then I'll do the third.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this folder was supposed to be a bonus at the end of another Atari game, Mandela Effect. But then it just got way too long. Everywhere I looked, I saw Mandela logos, new questions I needed to ask, and things that just looked off. So brace yourself, we have a lot to cover. So heading number 1 is game cartridges, fonts, and logos. All right, I do not remember the cut off F's and T's on Atari cartridges, but I really don't remember any of the games having broken letters. Not all of them do. The games I owned have broken letters now. Do you remember the broken letters? Do you remember the cut off T's and F's? Because I don't. But Combat is not broken, and neither is Game Program. But on Space Invaders, Game Program and Space Invaders have broken letters. Does anyone remember this? I do not. Hey, Noise. Noise Guru showed up. All right, check out the N I know you can't see the duck. Can you zoom in on the word new, and the N? And then I'll read it. So everyone look at the N. It looks ridiculous. Look at the W. It's connected to the E. Okay, we can zoom out again. Both Atlantis and No Escape are wrong for me. The W in new and the E, it's merged. But especially the N. That is so wrong, and I have proof of how I remember it on Atlantis. I never had No Escape, but I had Atlantis, and I have proof of how it used to look on the next slide. Can we zoom in on the No Escape N on the left? Can we see the two N's, guys? That was the N that I remember. But I'm going to read to you. It still exists. So maybe it exists for Atlantis, but I can't find it. That's what it says at the bottom. Does anyone remember that weird N? What happened in The Parent Trap? I love that movie. The original or the Lindsay Lohan one? I like them both, actually. I watched that movie a lot when I was a kid. You can go on, Jeff. So here we have more cartridges. You can see Asteroids is all broken up, and I don't remember the S. Slot Racers, the T is cut off. Pac-Man is broken. The A in Pac and Man and the P. Missile Command, the E's are crooked and broken, and the A is broken and the D is broken. Space Invaders, the A, the D, the R, same with Asteroids. It's the same letters that are all broken, but I don't remember these being broken. I remember them all having the same font as, for example, Slot Racers and Missile Command, but I don't remember the T's and the F's being cut off in the one, like Slot Racers, where it's not broken. Christian says, not me. Don't remember it. Keep going. Omega Race. Again, this is a 1982 Atari game with pyramids. Phrase. We have merging. The M and the E. The R and the A. Pompeii is spelled with two I's for some reason. Does anyone remember Pompeii spelled with two I's? I just remember Pompeii with one I. But if you remember two I's, Pompeii, the actual place, is one I. And the M and the O is merged. Actually, the P-O-M is merged as well. I will screenshot it. Oh gosh, I can't check it out because it'll kick me out of my show, Michael Fontaine. But I will check it out. Please tell me what it is. Bigger Pick remembers Pompeii with two I's. So that's a Mandela. I'll also cover that for you if I can find residue besides the video game. It's only one I now. And Apollo, the LLO is merged. And Okie Dokie is literally stacked on top of one another. Can you still hear me, Jeff?
Yeah.
So let me make sure, because I accidentally locked my screen. for a minute there, I thought I was going to get kicked out. Take your time, Michael Fontaine. I'll take a screenshot when you're done. So I've never heard of this game, and neither is Jeff. Tax Avoiders, but it is merged, so I wanted to show you. Because merging wasn't a thing back then for me at all. Towering Inferno, the F is cut off. The T is cut off. The O-W-E is connected, and the E is crooked. The F-E is connected and crooked. Turmoil. I remember this game. I do not remember. I do remember it being a little crooked, don't get me wrong, but not like that. That's ridiculous. That's like someone like took the letters and just threw them against the wall or something. It didn't look like that. It was like they were a little crooked. They weren't overlapping and crooked like that. That's just wrong for me. Yeah, tax avoiders. What is that? Noise group is like tax avoiders. That's what we said. Mandela remembers two eyes in Pompeii. I'm starting to get a dual memory. The more you write it, it's looking right. But Pompeii only has one eye, so that's the Mandela. I will cover it. You can go on. I loved this game
Me too.
so much. At the end, you're just like turning the paddle back and forth because it's going so fast. But kaboom, KA, merged, never. We move on. Wait, what is this 21 seconds is better shot so funny? Pushing buttons thinks he remembers Pompeii with two eyes too. Like I said, the more I see it, the more I'm remembering. Jeff, do you remember Pompeii with two eyes?
No.
It doesn't look right to you in the chat?
Oh, wait. It
So I'm
does look right
saying,
to me in the chat.
in the chat, it's looking right.
I'm not sure anymore. That's weird.
I can't have Jeff look at it because Jeff is looking at Jeff is presenting. If I had a third person, I could have a third person do it, but there's no third person here. Okay, so I just want to point out that Star Master, the S and T's are merged. Stampede is not. That's how Star Master should be. It's a different font. It should be the Stampede font. Bigger pick, I'll say it again, unless you're asking if someone else has a theory. My theory is it's showing us the timelines are merging. So the letters are merging. And maybe Star Master was one of the timelines affected where Stampede was not. Like something to do with Star Master. One of the timelines where Kaboom was located or something was affected, so that's why Kaboom is merged. That's my only theory. It's the best I got. I don't know if anyone has anything else. Jeff, do you have a theory?
No.
Thank you, Angels Don't Fall. I'll look for that as residue. Wouldn't that be crazy if the nightclub in Palm Springs in the 80s was now Pompeii with one eye? Here's how I think it actually happens. In this reality, on this earth, in this timeline, merging letters have always been a thing and part of design. That's how I think it happens. In this reality, it's always been merged. And I've been proving that by showing logos from the early 1900s, even the 1800s,
Yeah.
where the logos and words are merged. It's just always been a thing here, just not in our past. Same with the broken letters, which we're now seeing in tic-tac-toe. And video checkers is broken. And Ms. Pac-Man, the P is broken. Not the A, it's just the P. Dragster, the RA is merged, the ST is merged. But the ST is only partly merged. It's got like, can you zoom in on the ST in Dragster? No. That's weird. Oh.
It's not letting me, no.
It will near the edge, right there. There you go. See how it's like just merged? Like it just touched to merge. You see that? And now you can see the broken letters better too on the left. But if we zoom out, this is residue of how I remember MASH, not the letters, the stars. Now the stars are larger and sit at the top. Sort of like Coca-Cola, the dash is at the top now instead of centered. I remember them centered and smaller. Just like that. And that's officially 20th Century Fox. You think they get their logo right. Please do, Michael Fontaine. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm showing you in Crackpots the RA is not merged, but Jeff, you said the C is too close, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like that for me.
Almost like the RA was merged and it moved over. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The R moved over closer to the C.
Yeah.
But I just want to show you that Dragster is underneath. Grand Prix is also merged, the R and the I, the RAN. And River Raid, also one of my all-time favorite games, is an example of how it should look.
I
It's the
never heard
same.
of that one.
Oh, so good. River Raid is the same font as Dragster and Grand Prix, yet the RA and Raid is not merged. So why are those merged? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, Pushing Buttons agrees. River Raid, best Atari game ever. Oh my god, it's on the App Store. If you love the game, it's on the App Store.
I got to check that out then.
Oh, thanks, Noise Guru. That is actually so accurate because it's 20th century. 20th. That's great. Well, guys, I suggest if you've never heard of River Raid, you absolutely check it out in Google Play or the App Store. It's there. It's fantastic for an Atari game. You know what I'm saying? It's still an Atari game, but it's great. So, this game looks like Irust. Irust? Hirust? It's Thrust. The Vutrex. Can you zoom in on that logo?
Which
I
one?
included this more for the Vutrex and the memory save in the top left. Look at that logo, guys. Is that Vectrex? That's Vect. That's not even Voo, it's Vect. V-E-C. The T is a 4, and the E and the C look like O's. I can't. So can you go down a little bit? Just a little bit. There's a save memory right there. No, zoom back in. Underneath Thrust. Underneath the thing that looks like an eye. There you go. Memory save. We have an upside down A for a V in 1980 something. The R is broken as well. And the E and the M is merged behind that S. And then if we zoom out. So Happy Trails is merged and Time Pilot is overlapping. I don't remember overlapping like that. Must be Russian. You didn't know Pushin'? You're welcome. It's so amazing. I'm so happy to have found it. Thank you, Michael Fontaine. I know, that's what it sounds like, right? I'm not reading it. Jeff, read the screen. All right, you can go to the next one. So it does get repetitive. I'm sorry, but I wanted you to see Commando specifically. But Checkers and Bridges merged. Can you go to Commando? Like zoom in a little bit, just a little bit. So the A overlaps on top of the M, but under the N. So man is by itself. Just want to point that out, like it's some sort of messaging. But I also want to point out it's the same font as MASH. The font that I don't remember, where the H is broken in half and the O's are broken in half and the M and the A have that weird cut. I do remember like spray paint type lettering with the cuts in it, but not like this. I did show how I remember MASH before in the MASH folder, which you can go look in flicker to see. All right, go ahead, Jeff. There's Star Master again. I needed something to fill the space. Sorry. Rampage. The RAMP is merged and the AGE is merged. There's a close-up of how I remember Space Invaders, even though the R is kind of a little off. That is how Space Invaders now looks. And then there's another Space Invaders, which I've never seen before, but I included it for those that may have seen it. The box I had was the one on the top, and the writing matched, and now they don't match. Hey, Ryu. Hey, Westville. Welcome. We're going through a very long logo and residue folder with questions of all game stuff. Well, for the most part, 95% game stuff. So Freeway, Frostbite, Skiing, which I played all the time too, and Skyjinx are all merged. Hang on. We have 61 of these. We got. Oh, you're up. if it's just pictures and you need help, just say you don't know what it is.
All right. So other game related fonts, logos, and residue. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest. Donkey Kong, the country logo is wrong for me. I remember the old version, but not the broken letters of the newer ones. I also do not remember the main logo overlapping like this.
So guys, do you remember Donkey Kong overlapping? I don't remember the overlap of all the letters. And Country, there is one version, the arcade version, where it says Donkey Kong Country in the same font as Donkey Kong. But Country, for like the game, like the cartridges and stuff, all have this weird blue to green. I don't remember that at all. Westville says no overlap.
P. Diddy's Conquest. That's what I was thinking.
Hey, Go-Kart Bob. It's okay. We're just doing logos and residue first, but there's questions in here, so you came at the right time. This is where the questions start.
All right. And that was not my Mario ever. There was also never a tagline to save the lady on the control panel. This is so wrong.
So, question in the chat. Do you remember Mario looking like this? With a puff of hair floating off of his head on the side. And do you remember a tagline on the console? Save the lady from Donkey Kong. That was never there. Can you zoom in on the bottom left so they can see, like, not too far, but so they can see where it is? Like, move over a little bit. Down, down, down. There you go. See that little blue? Save the lady from Donkey Kong. No. No. Just, oh my God, no. It's so wrong. I've never seen taglines on video games. Now I have to go look at more consoles. So Westville says, heck no. Ryu says no. And maybe you remember the logo or Mario? Which one? You got to be specific. Question? Which one?
Not only that, what's up with that outfit he's wearing?
On the screen. He remembers Save the Lady from Donkey Kong on the screen. The lady?
Never saw that.
It does look more like Wario. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, Noise. It looks much more like Wario, but not the floating puff of hair. It looks ridiculous. But I do have residue of how I remember his face. I have it. It's coming up. Hang on.
I've never seen Donkey Kong in blue. It was red, orange, and yellow on the marquee sign in my past. The logo never overlapped like that either.
So, guys, these were red bricks like a building for me. Do you guys remember red bricks, or do you remember blue Donkey Kong? 100% this Donkey Kong machine is messed up for me. Noise Guru says, remember to hit Nightbot before you leave. Hey, at least Nightbot's not going to be talking about Christmas anymore. Fixed it. Oh my gosh, Angels Don't Fall remembers Blue.
Not me.
Noise Guru does not remember Bricks. That's crazy. Mandanimal says Bricks. Ryu says Red. Westville says Red. Ryu says, I don't remember being any other color. Me either. I've never seen Blue. Go-Kart Bob never played Donkey Kong. I remember yellow or white ladders. Everything was red, orange, and yellow and white. And then, like, the brown Donkey Kong for me. Oh, thank you, Bigger Pick. That sounds it's the thought that counts. That sounds amazing. Fabulous. Bigger Pick made us brownies, Jeff.
Huh?
Bigger Pick made brownies. Enjoy those brownies. That sounds great. I have to go make something. We can go on. So, guys, here is residue, sort of. The real residue comes next. But here we have Mario from Nintendo. And then the original guy. But then I'm just showing you this is prep for the real thing. The next one. The real one. I'm going to have you zoom in on the Mario I remember on the next slide. Oh, you don't have to zoom. This is the guy I remember. No floating hair. He's who I remember. And he does look more like Wario, but that's who I remember. I don't remember this weird one with the curly hair that's sticking out 15 inches from his head. Princess Peach is now the lady. Save the lady.
Hey, C3PO Golden Calf.
Hey, C3PO. Yes, we were talking about that. I don't remember it overlapping like that at all. You can go on.
I covered this in the past. The Atari game was not Smurf. It was Smurfs, like this audio cassette.
And also, Brian McFarland does not remember them having tails. Well, the video game does not have a blue pixel for the tail. It's just white. So it's possibly residue.
I remember the tails. And I was a huge Smurfs fan.
Not Smurf.
Right. It was called Smurfs, yeah.
Right. Angels Don't Fall says Smurf. C3PO's Golden Calf says calling it Smurf makes no sense. Agreed. Bigger Vic says, I don't remember the guy on the bottom. He looks like Snidely Whiplash. He kind of does. She was not a princess yet. You're absolutely right, pushing buttons. But I still don't remember her being called I do not remember the tagline, Save the Lady from Donkey Kong. It was just Donkey Kong. Cushion says Smurf. That's crazy. Smurfs, and they had tails for Bigger Pick. Smurf, you smurfing Smurfs. That's true. Right? That's like calling the Snork. Great comparison, Angels Don't Fall. So, Espial, again, game from the 80s. Alien Chase, game from the 70s. Same font, but the A is broken in a different place. So, Alien Chase, the A's are broken at the top. Espial, the A's are broken at the bottom, but they're both pyramids. The E's are broken on Alien Chase, but not Espial, and the P is broken. And then Guardian is all merged, and Apollo, it's the same company name, so it's merged as well. Yeah, Jeff. Uh-oh, Jeff, you still there? Oh no. Uh-oh, Jeff. Oh, I think he's crashing, guys. That really? That's not true. Take a screenshot. Oh, he's here. Taking a screenshot of that, Michael Fontaine. Okay, so this is also, that's weird, 1998. Here's 1988. Abstract Concepts. Well, that's their logo, all right. Can you show them, like, zoom in on that logo a little bit? And Madden 98 MAD is merged. I mean, absolutely not for 1988. No. And then Madden MAD. And NFL. We're going to get to that. Next slide. Guys. You guys. Go ahead, Jeff. You're reading.
The NFL logo. OMG. No, 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 no.
No, no, no.
Pink stripes, a curved L, like that through 2008. All wrong. Please tell me you do not remember these.
Guys, can you zoom in on that red logo we can't even read in the top left? Now, granted, this is before we were born, but no, absolutely not. And that curved L was through 2008. I don't remember it. Please tell me that some of you don't remember this stuff, because this looks ridiculous to me. Why was the NFL logo pink at all? Just at all. That to me fits the pattern. It fits the pattern of Mandela effects reflecting today.
Yep.
That the NFL is pink. Like, no. Stop it. This is ridiculous. I can't. Not my football league, says Mandanimal. Not at all, says Pushing Buttons. Preliminal, I can't speak French. It's difficult to explain. Precision. That's all I got. As a guess, too. Angels don't fall. TF is that. It's okay, Ryu. It's the football that's not soccer. Just got a question mark from Angels Don't Fall. You can go on, Jeff. So MSX Computing is merged. Football, the ALL is merged. This Madden is not merged, but we got that weird curvy L, which is merged in on itself. Good. Thank you. C3PO's Golden Calf. I used to draw the NFL logo when I was little. I drew the team logos and stuff. It was not like that. And we have covered a lot of the team logos being merged as well. Like on the field. Like they had to put that stuff on the field like that. Ridiculous. Okay, so we have normal merging in graveyardage at the bottom, but I need you to zoom into Hunter. Again, paralleling with today, there's some new type of font thing going on here. Starting with the HUN, how they're like kissing the U, like barely merged, just touching. The weirdest shaped H and N. Look at the HD as well on the like floppy disks. Do you see it go down? Down? The HD? No, above. The disc under Hunter. Right there, the disc under Hunter, the red box. There you go. The HD on your floppy disks when we were growing up, no. No. There were 2 letters. The D was not part of the H. That's new as well. But going back up to Hunter, please zoom in on the T so they can see what's going on here. So they've removed chunks from E and N to fit the T, which is merged to each letter in the corners. And the R has interlocking blocks coming out to go into the E. I've never seen anything like that before. And it's like totally new to me. Computer paper, we've seen this font before. It just doesn't belong in the 80s. Or what year is that? I think 86, 88?
88.
88. Thank you. I just want to show you in the games we have current reality going on with the airplane, with Mount Rushmore. Can you zoom in on the mouth of Abraham Lincoln, please? Why did they put lipstick on him? Like, really? Again, reflecting today.
Maybe he's Gabraham Lincoln.
Maybe. Bigger Pick says, it's like this reality didn't even try hard. Exactly. That's perfect. My floppy disk had a hard drive. HD, just simple. Exactly. Long R legs are a pattern. Absolutely. All right, we can go on. So check out all the pyramids, everyone, and the little tombs. The little tombs in the pyramids. And why are there only 2 large pyramids that are different angles and sizes? What is going on there? What is that? Now, I know there's all these pyramids now. I'm just showing you the video games reflect that. And why is there grass at the pyramids? Oh, here's a duplicate. Guardian. Sorry. I was dealing with so much. There's a duplicate in there. And then look, there's a current reality globe. There you go. I think we're finally done with these. In which case, I may have you read more because I've been talking a lot. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. We have covered Rock Band before, but I saw it again, so thought I'd include it. It has always been merged with a V for the A. I remember a regular A.
So yeah, we've covered this before, but I threw it in because we're doing video games. Nope. That's okay. All right, so you're going to read the red part here.
I'm asking because I'm not sure. Is this a Mandela logo? Green Day.
I'm asking the chat because I don't know. Is this a Mandela logo for Green Day? Or do you remember this logo for Green Day for 3 years, 2009 to 2012? And also, can we just zoom in on Rock Band there, how it's merged? Because you don't see it one line very often. So that is a different type of merging.
It almost looks like Rook Band.
It does. It does. Pushing Buttons never seen that logo. Westfield never listened to Green Day.
It's not missing much.
Nope.
They have a few good songs and like their second album, but
They do. They have a couple good songs.
a lot of people think that's their first album, but it wasn't.
Well, I marked it up just in case because it's that same, the same cuts as MASH, same pattern. So I thought it's possible. An X and the R, that to me seems like a design element they would use. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I asked. Preliminal, why are you in French? I can't read French.
All right, game-related questions.
So we're at the final part, everyone. Home stretch. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, Mediagenic, 1988 to 1992. Yes or no? Does anyone recognize Mediagenic? This logo is from 1988 to 1992 with Mandela, Pac-Man, M filled in letter D, and a pyramid for the letter A. If yes, what company did Mediagenic become?
No cheating. Yes or no in the chat. Do you recognize this company? If you do, tell me what the company is. Hey, Lord Frybread.
Hey, Lord Frybread.
Bigger pick. This reality is smirked up.
He ain't smurfing.
Noise Guru says, during those years, I was in real world, not Gameland. Go Kart Bob, I had a Green Day CD. I had Dookie, says C3PO's Golden Calf.
He's a good album, but everything after that was just just okay.
Let's see. Never heard of it. Alvor or Dance? Well, you can translate Angels Don't Fall because I have no idea what Preliminal's saying. Oh, you quantum shifted to France. Okay. Have fun. That's what I would do. Okay, so I don't recognize it says pushing buttons. No clue says bigger pick. I'm familiar with them. Is a banger song. Got it. Thank you, Ryu. Okay, we can move on.
According to the logo history, this company was Activision. Because they wanted to expand their offerings, they changed the company name from Activision to Mediagenic, then back to Activision in 1992.
Does anyone recall Activision switching to Mediagenic and then back to Activision? Anyone recall that happening? It's always been Activision for me.
Mediagenic sounds like a lab or something.
Or something medical.
Medical, yeah. Medical lab.
Yeah. So Pushing says, wow, no. Angels Don't Fall says, nope. Bigger Pick says, nope. C3PO, I knew Activision well. Never heard of that. I only remember Activision. Hey, Everjosh. 1960s. You got to be talking about something else. Oh, pinball and skee ball were my video games. Okay, I got you. Those were great games, too. Activision went out of business, then the name was acquired by Blizzard. Yes, that's recently. It still says Activision Blizzard now, though. Activision, yes, is bigger pick.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with them, says Ryu.
Welcome,
What's
Yabba Dabba
that? Welcome, Yabba Dabba Doo. And Terminator. Maybe.
Welcome, Josh 08 as well.
We can go on.
The strange part is there's very little information on this company. Their official logo, I can only find it on logo history sites. Haven't found it used anywhere, not in print or on-screen residue.
So the only Mediagenic, like anything I found, is just regular words. And there's not much. There's like five pieces of materials with Mediagenic on it that I found. So you already saw one. This is the second one. That rainbow logo is the same one over and over again on the logo sites. Go ahead. I think we just have the rest of the Mediagenic stuff. Yeah. There's a hunter game. There was an article at the bottom about Mediagenic, how Activision switched the names, and there was a patent dispute and all this stuff. And then there's a letter from Activision, formerly Mediagenic, and a letter about stocks that was sent through fax with Mediagenic on it. You guys just mess with me. You know it's late, right? So I got preliminary with French, and now Angels Don't Fall in Russian.
Yeah, I saw that. Which brings me to Activision. I'm probably going to be alone in this, but the logo is different from my memory. Which do you remember, top or bottom?
So I already concede that I'm probably going to be alone. Well, not too alone, because Jeff remembers what I do.
Yeah.
But top or bottom, what do you remember?
Don't tell us in French.
Yeah, please don't. Pushing buttons. Bottom for pushing buttons. Top for C3PO. Wait. The chat's moving now. So bottom for pushing buttons, bottom for bigger pick. Top for C3PO. Top seems right for Ryu, so it's 50-50. Wolfenstein for Super Nintendo. Bottom, maybe. Not familiar, says Mandanimal. Top, says Everjosh. So we're still at 50-50. Go-Kart Bob says that's a tough one. Top for Lord Frybread. Noise Guru top. The tops have it now. We can move on. Not alone, though. I'm happy that I'm not alone.
In my past, it was the bottom. The T was not larger and merged with the V, but the logo has always been the top and merged. Am I alone on this, or do you remember the logo like I do?
So here's the thing. It makes sense to me. But it wasn't like that for me. For me, the T was the same size as the C and the I. But it does make sense because they're saying TV. You're playing a game on your TV. But the Mandela effect does that. It makes things make more sense. It will either make things make more sense or make it make no sense.
Right.
I don't get why it does that, but it does. But
it's usually the latter. Usually no sense.
If it were the other way around, I could believe that this was the logo for people. Like if it were my reality with the T smaller and not merged, I could believe you that it was merged for you. But it wasn't for me. It did not look like this. The T was below the bar, same size as the C and the I.
I agree. C3PO. Dolly's braces makes no sense, or lack thereof.
I agree too. 100%.
The scene had meaning. Now it doesn't. Now it's just like, okay, why are they attracted to each other exactly? There's no residue that I was able to find, but they did use the company name outside the logo design. Here are all the different ones I found.
Okay, so I think it's mostly in English because America is the capital of the media world. Like Hollywood, television. I think that's why most of the Mandela effects are in English, because there's more. Like, for example, if you're outside of the United States, you probably know American movie stars, television stars. You know American brands like McDonald's and Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Whereas it's not that we don't know any TV shows and movies from other countries. It's much less coming in than we export. And I think that's why English is more affected. But I've found stuff in other languages. I have found like merging, and I've had people who speak other languages find Mandela effects in the other language, but there's not that many at all.
There's a lot of good residue in other languages, though. Like, for example, Brian Staveley was talking about mirror, mirror.
There is.
In the other languages, when they dubbed it over, they said mirror, mirror, not magic mirror. In
There's a
mirror,
song. There's a song that I covered. There's a lot of song lyric residue in other languages as well. I can't remember which one it was. If I think of it, I'll let you know.
I've also covered Ms. Pac-Man before. I do not remember the black dots and the S in Ms. Do you?
So we did cover this before. I do want to point out that the A overlapping the S is completely new for me. When I covered the dots in the S, the A did not cover up Ms., but now it does. Hey, General Sorrow.
Hey, General Sorrow.
Good to see you made a live show. It's been a bit.
I've previously covered the original Miss Pac-Man having blue in her eyes and a bow. She was only ever red, yellow, and black for me in the game. Artwork was red or pink, and sometimes blue or purple eyeshadow, but not blue eyes. They also never had a mole in my past.
Mm-hmm. That's like a quick overview before I show you some residue.
And she has that weird mole like she's a supermodel now or something.
Yep.
Like a Cindy Crawford type thing going on.
Or Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Does she still have that, or is that Mandela? I forget.
Huh?
Was that Mandela for Marilyn Monroe?
Uh-oh. Are you still there? And we just lost Jeff because he got an alert on his computer. So now we gotta wait for him to come back. And when he comes back and pulls up that slide, um, the screen has the Miss Pac-Man logo stacked, and you'll see the A is not on top of the S. Let's see. I don't know that song. Let's Pretend We're Married by Prince. I don't think I know that one. Hey, Meister Eckhart. We're waiting for Jeff to get back. His computer just crashed on us. Good to see you guys. I wish I could do something here. Just waiting for him to come back. We are almost done this folder, guys. But there's only 3 more folders tonight. But I think they're good. We still have another video game one, believe it or not. And what else did I have tonight? Oh, I have a detergent to ask you about. Ah, Jeff is back. Welcome back. Your alert kicked you out.
What a horrible time for that to happen.
Yep, it's okay. Oh, you're welcome, Pushin. Pushin says, thanks for the video game night.
You're welcome. Oh, good. It'll put me back where we were.
Good. So I want everyone to focus on the right side, how the A is not overlapping the S, but why are there plus signs in the P and for the dot next to the S? Plus signs. That's weird.
Here's some residue of Miss Pac-Man without the blue in her bow and eyes. The words on this 1982 ad are merged too, but
Can you zoom in because I forgot to mark it up? It's eating twice as much. That's what you got. No, I mean on the words. There you go. So the ING, the TWI is merged. The WHI in which, sorry, the PLA in player. Let's see. And that's it. So the PLA in player, the WHI in which, the ING in eating, and the TWI in twice, all merged in 1982. Oh, that's good. That could be it. It says, I think, General Sorrow says, I think plus maybe where the power pills were. That could be it.
You can clearly see the black dots in Pac-Man. The Miz looks like it has no black dots, like I remember. Most likely they are there. But because of the quality, they aren't visible. But I'm including it just in case it's residue and marking it orange.
And I didn't get to mark it. I totally forgot to do it. So sorry about that. But the S does not appear to have the dots that are in the P, A, and the other A. So here's some. The bottom is the current reality of how it looks in the midway game, with the blue in the bow and on the eye. And here's some residue of how I remember Miss Pac-Man, even as a digital. I'm gonna have digital art as well, but just red, just red. There was no, well, the dot on her face is on the right, but not on the left. No blue eyes, just black eyes. I called them pellets.
I've previously covered that the Pac-Man ghosts were originally called monsters. Looking at the cabinets for Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, the ghost monsters are different from what I remember too. True or false? The artwork for Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man made it obvious they were not ghosts.
So in the chat, when you think of the artwork, the original artwork for Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, in the United States at least, I should specify. Was it obvious to you that they were not ghosts? Yes or no? Yes, they were not ghosts. No, they were ghosts. No way they were ghosts. Let's push a button. No, says Manda Animal. I just remember ghosts as C3PO's golden calf. They were ghosts in everything I read, says General Sorrow. They were blue ghosts for Lord Frybread. I remember blue when he ate a power pellet. That's when you could eat them. When they were their colors, you could not eat them. They would get you. All right, we have answers. We can go on.
True. This is even more of a Mandela effect for me because I do not remember this feature on the ghosts in the cabinet artwork. But if you played these games in arcades, on the old arcade cabinets, it's clear they aren't ghosts in this reality.
So I apologize in advance for the really bad photoshopping. I tried my best. They kind of look. What's the word I'm looking for? Not dorky. How they look? I don't know. You'll see. Go ahead. Derpy. I'm looking for the word derpy. They look derpy. Janky. That guy. I could go with Janky too. Hermosaurus says Froggy. Frogger was a great game too.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. So guys, check this out. Go ahead, Jeff.
Because ghosts do not have hair. Does anyone remember the hair on this artwork? It looks a little different between Pac-Man's cabinet and Miss Pac-Man's, but they were smooth in my past. Do you remember the hair?
The hair, the muzzle looking thing. Do you guys remember this? Like they're not smooth like a ghost would be. You zoom in on the bottom one and then the top, the pink one, the pink, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know how small it is on their screens. Like, I don't remember this type of detail. I don't remember eyebrows. I don't remember hair. It looks so wrong to me. Mandanimal says no. It looks familiar to pushing buttons. Well, I'm going to disprove that too, Go-Kart Bob. You'll see. We're going to get to it. Vaguely on the old arcade, maybe. This Angels Don't Fall. In the game, no hair. I'm not familiar with those arts. Gotcha. They look like froggies for Ryu. No faces, no nothing, says Yabba Dabba Doo. Oh, wow. You don't even remember faces. All right, we can go on.
I tried my best from memory, but these may not be exact. The red box version is the current reality versus my memory. Do you remember the hair and weird animal-like detail to the mouth? Reminds me of a cat or dog face around the nose.
Or a mustache. I should have written or a mustache.
Yeah.
Like he has a mustache.
That's
I don't remember that. I don't remember him looking so happy. That's why I said I tried my best, but it's not exact. But I do remember him smooth. I don't remember the hair on the back. And I don't remember that mustache muzzle type thing going on under the nose. Bring on. And then here, again, smooth. The mouth may have been like that, but I wanted to accentuate the fact that I remember him being smooth and not have those little choppy pieces that look like hair. Now, here's the only place where there's hair. And those stickers have monster written right across the ghost. Monster. But hey, there's a red bow, Miss Pac-Man. But the cartoon, we got books, we've got records, all with hair on the ghosts. And I don't remember that ever. I don't ever remember the ghosts having hair. Pushin says those pics are crazy looking. That's what I said too. I was like, no way, forget it. I don't remember the eyebrows either. I don't remember the eyebrows. General Star says, let's paint a happy little ghost right here. Happy ghosts. I don't know if they were happy, but they didn't have hair. That's all I can say. I always called them ghost monsters growing up. No way. So ever Josh has the current memory. You can go on. I think residue is next. Yes. So here's residue of the smooth ghosts I remember. Notice the lack of detail to the mouth. Some don't have a mouth. Just eyes. No eyebrows. This is my reality. And look, check it out. It says ghosts above two ghosts. No hair. Keep going.
Nope. I never messed with the programming, but I played brain games all the time. I remember opening this on Christmas morning. One year it was Pack, not Pack with just a K.
So it's P-A-K, but I remember it just being normal, P-A-C-K. But it's not just this. We're going to get to this.
Nope, again, I do not remember PAK on any of my Nintendo things, and it's spelled like this on so many Nintendo things.
You guys remember seeing PAK on game packs and controller packs? I don't remember this at all. I don't remember PAK. Snack pack. See, I remember that with a C as well, and I already covered it. Snack pack had C's for me. Originally, I thought they were smiley faces, says Go Kart Bob. Maybe they're Halloweeners, says General Zorro. You have to have happy little trees and happy little clouds to go with it, and with it real good. I recall having seen a PAK spelling, says Ryu. Wow. And so does C3PO. They remember PAK. Maybe PAK for pushing buttons. Tupac with a K. Tupac. I remember both spellings, says Mandanimal. It is symbolic somehow. I believe it is too. PAK reminds me of vegetables or grocers. Interesting. Oh, you were kidding with snack pack, referring to Little Debbie. I got you. I got you. On Nintendo, PAK was done so they could trademark it. It doesn't have a trademark, though. There's no trademarks. PAC first, PAK later. PAC because the C looked like him. All right, we can go on. Used it in the Power Glove, says Yabba Dabba Doo.
So apparently, I am in a timeline where it was common to drop the C in electronics. I didn't own these, so can't say for sure. Does anyone remember these things? Was it pack with CK or pack with just a K for you?
Everjosh, that one I agree with. The value pack is the envelope of coupons that comes every month in the mail. That one I do remember an AK.
Yeah, me too.
But that's like the only one. I'm going to show you so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Go ahead. What did Mandanimal say?
Dual logo issue and pack with a K, LA Rock, FedEx, and Coleman Products.
So here's LA Rock. It's a 1980s stereo headset, cassette player with the speakers. They have PAK in the top combo pack. And the LA Rocks, the A is an upside down V. In the 80s again. Go on. So this is a vintage 1980 Federal Express. The Federal Express logo is also messed up, but Hotel Pack, PAK with an upside down V for an A. It's also merged. The P and the A is merged, and the O and the T is merged. Yeah, it might be the grocery connection. You're right. Value pack, General Sorrow. Correct. I think so, because I do remember that one. But I don't remember these. So this is the Coleman Sport Pack, PAK, with an upside down V for an A, and the Porta Pack. The point is, PAK is used everywhere. Like, it's used in so many places, it's ridiculous. And the only PAK that I know of is the value pack. Everything else was CK for me. Yeah, Jeff.
We made it finally through all the logos and residue. If you stuck through this whole thing, thank you. This was a ton of work. You affected by any of this? Have answers to my questions? Leave a comment below.
And now we're moving on to, I think, laundry detergent. Or are we doing another video game one? I think we're doing laundry detergent first.
Let's see.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Whichever one is next.
Laundry detergent.
Oh, I did want to ask them about the celery. Maybe before the last folder, I'll ask them quickly about the celery.
Okay.
Because I know Noise is in the chat, and Noise feels the same way I do. You want to take this one so I can take a break from reading? My mouth is so dry.
I have a quick question about a laundry detergent, the one pictured above. I will show you a commercial with the question to help jog your memory.
Consumer testing publication recently tested the top laundry detergents. The winner, Persil 2-in-1, didn't only beat Tide, it beat every single detergent tested. Boom. Switch to Persil Pro Clean 2-in-1, #1 rated. Consumer.
In what year or decade do you recall first seeing Persil laundry detergent? I'm with you, General Sorrow. Never heard of it either before this.
Okay. That stinks. My mic was muted. I was like trying to talk over the music so I didn't get a copyright. It was muted. Anyhow, if you've never seen it before, write never. And if you have seen it before, a year, a decade, your best guess. So far, never heard of it. Oh, 2020 for General Sorrow. Well, guys, I gotta back up. Mandanimal, never. Yabba dabba do, never. Never heard of it, says Ryu. 2020 for General Sorrow. Never heard of it, C3PO. Lord Frybread is never. General Sorrow right now. First time seeing that, says Meister Echo. Noise Guru is never. Let's see. Just over the last few years, I've seen this, says Bigger Pick. General Sorrow never. YouTube doesn't care, pushing. They don't. Let's see. Preliminal says, when did laundry pods begin? They seem to appear suddenly in 2020. I think no, for me it was 2016 because of the Tide Pod Challenge. Oh, General Sorrow says 2020s with an S. Gotcha. Never heard of Persil, says Preliminal. Looks brand new, says Yabba Dabba Doo. Hi to anyone I missed, says General Sorrow. New to me, says Angels Don't Fall. Never, ever, never, ever, says Noise Girl. Okay, we can go on. And I want you to tell people why it's so crazy that you've never heard of it. Really quickly do that. Why is it crazy that you've never heard of it, Jeff?
Okay. So it's crazy I never heard of it because I worked in Walgreens doing stock, among other things, and HEB, which is a supermarket in Texas, doing stock, among other things. And
okay, go on. Sorry.
I believe there was one other store too, but I don't remember. But I think there was one other store. Anyway, supposedly, Walgreens had it all along because Tina, my fiance, who I worked with, remembers it. Same time we worked there together, stocking it. She remembers stocking it. Well, I was there the same time she was. And I don't remember ever stocking it, ever seeing it, never heard of it till last night. So how can that be?
You were in two different realities.
Yep.
So go on.
I recall seeing this detergent for the first time somewhere between 2012 and 2015, says Sandy. Not me.
Yes, me.
I remember seeing the commercials starring actor Peter Herman and thinking it was a new
So I'm having between 2012 and 2015, I was having the same experience you are, where you've never seen it before. It's a new product. Go on. Jeff, you're up.
But this detergent has been sold, at least in the USA, since 1910. I never saw this at any point in my childhood or young adulthood. This product was not in my past timelines. Was it always in your past? Let me know in the comments below.
Guys, 1910. I'm sorry, I can't. There's no way. No way. And I know for you guys, it's definitely no way. You've never seen it before. But I guarantee you, the next time you go to the store and walk up the laundry detergent aisle, you will see it. Because it's been there since 1910. If you're in the United States, disclaimer. And I believe Germany. I think this came from Germany. So we'll see in the residue. I think it's Germany. So here it is on a Target shelf in the bottom left-hand corner. Are you talking about Suavitel, Angels Don't Fall? Oh, Zote. I was going to say Suavitel. That's fabric softener. Amazing. So yeah, here's Persil ads from 1910, the 1970s, the 1980s, 1920s. And it is German. So Germany and America definitely have it. Noise Guru says, once you see it, it cannot be unseen. I agree, because it will be in the store. I guarantee you, you will see it in the store now.
Yeah, that's what happens, because that's what happened to me with a few other products. They were never in the store till I found out about them being Mandela effects, and then they were in the store.
Same. I've had that happen with fruit, too. Angels Don't Fall says, I've seen it recently. Persil, blue and white container, I believe. Wisconsin does have Persil. I swear to you, Preliminal. It does. I swear. You are now in my reality. I'm showing this to you. It's there. Guarantee it. Strange names. You think it would stand out to C3PO? Yes, I've seen it, but it is new, says Angels Don't Fall. Unfortunately, it's new for us, but it's definitely from 1910. So it's over 100 years old.
I had the same thing happen to me with Uncle Sam's cereal. Never heard of Uncle Sam's cereal until I saw Recall Vector's video on it being a Mandela effect. Wouldn't you know it, that same day I go into work, there it is on the shelf.
I didn't even know about that. Meister says, I try everything once, so I'll snatch that up just because it's new to me. Tide, yes. Persil, no, says Ryu. Never seen it till tonight, says Preliminal. Borax, maybe, no, but Persil, no, says Mandanimal. Zote, available on Amazon, says General Sorrow. I use that softener. Oh, you're talking about Suavitel. Let's see. Mandanimal says since 1910. Yeah, Persil too. Let's see. Never heard of Uncle Sam's cereal either, says Steve 3PO.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it until that video. And then I saw it on the shelf that same day.
Of course you did. Never heard of it. Uncle Sam's cereal. General Sorrow. All right, go on. We have another red slide. I remember Teddy Grahams.
Those are still around.
Yeah, they are.
Never liked them much.
I like one or two of the flavors. All right, so here's some more. Different time period ads, a pin.
That one's interesting.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You can go on. Yes, I've heard of Groovy Ghoulies. I was going to save that for Halloween. Well, I was supposed to do it this Halloween, but didn't have time to, so I saved it for next year.
All right, so that's it for that one.
Yep. Now I got the next one, and you can get the last one.
Okay.
Guys, you guys always amaze us. 31 of you are watching on a Sunday night at 3 in the morning Eastern.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
Neither did I. I expected a lighter show because it's a work night.
Yep.
All right, guys. I could be completely wrong on this, but I have no memory of items existing in my past. These are things I would have loved to get my hands on, things I would have asked for as gifts for birthdays or Christmas, but I could have just missed them too, so I am going to ask you if you remember them. Late shows are the best, says ever Josh. That's awesome. Thank you. So's my schedule, C3PO. I feel you. Yeah, me too, Pushin'. I was told there would be Cheetos, says Noise Guru. No, that's a Challenger, not Cheetos. It better not be. I'll feel bad. Monday evening at 9:17 p.m. in New Zealand. Welcome, highest ranking Anon. Good to have you. So, yes or no? Do you remember Atari making audiobook and album sets of popular games? Stories on records, similar to the ones made by Disney or Sesame Street, like this Return of the Jedi, which makes sense to me because it's a movie. Do you remember them making them for games? Atari games? Yes or no? Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry, angels don't fall. Mandanimal says nope. General Sorrow is no. No recall, says Bigger Pick. Nope, says Yabba Dabba Doo. No for me, says Ryu. Not for games, says Pushing Buttons. Jeff, what do you say?
I say hell no.
Okay. Ryu says, but well, I was young. Oh, highest ranking Anon says no. Oh no, I had that the past 2 days. I'm so sorry, Meister. I hope you feel better. That's horrible. All right, we can go on. This is the reason why the black boxes are on top of the ghosts is because those are the ghosts with the hair that I used. 2 of them at least. So that's the boxes. Because they did. Lots of them. And I have no memory of these. Now, Pac-Man I can understand, but not the other ones. I love to read, still do, and wanted anything I could get my hands on that was Pac-Man themed. They had other titles too. It's the other titles that are viscerally making me say no way. No, I didn't. I just covered it up. I just borrowed it. Guys, they had a story of series giving a backstory to their games. I find this odd because there are no characters in Asteroid or Breakout. My best guess, besides making more money on the popularity of these games, is possible future movie titles. I don't know, but we have Missile Command, Asteroids. Something Yars, I can't read it. Breakout, can't read that either. What's the last one? Jeff, can you zoom in on the last two? On the top row. Star Raiders and I can't see the left. Not Breakout, the one to the left. The blue one. Yar's Revenge. Keep going. Also the logos, everyone. No, Breakout. What the heck? I can barely read that. But this is what they look like. You know, the albums, and then you open it up, and there's stuff inside. Again, I can see for like Star Wars, E.T., because there's a story there. These don't have stories. They invented stories, I guess. Again, Breakout is a game where there's like a little bar that you bounce the ball to make the wall disappear of colors, colored blocks. How can you tell a story about that? Like, I don't know. It's just whatever. Highest ranking Anon says, LOL, just wow, that's amazing. I surely would have seen these. Right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's nuts to me. These logos are wild, suspicion buttons. No one first two sets word fried bread. Okay, so another thing I loved to do as a kid was look through catalogs like Sears, JCPenney, Toys R Us. I'd like dog ear the pages of stuff I'd want in hopes that, you know, Mom would see it and get it for me for Christmas, or Santa would bring it when I was really young, you know. So here's some examples of, say, catalogs. You can go on. So I would have loved catalogs of just video games, but I have no memory of ever seeing one. Apparently, these video game catalogs were shipped in every Atari and video game box. I believe you could request catalogs as well, but I can't be sure of this. Do you recall Activision, Atari, iMagic, Sears? Do you recall them having video game catalogs? Yes or no? And while they're answering, we can go on so they can see the other ones. Not a Sears catalog, Angels Don't Fall. A Sears video computer cartridge catalog. Pushing Button says no. Lord Frybread says no. Man Danimal says no. Not JCPenney catalog. Oh, you mean positive on just the Y. I agree, Preliminal. Angels Don't Fall is nope. Ryu is nope. Yabba Dabba Doo is nope. I saw them, I think, says General Sorrow. Highest ranking Anon says no. Okay, we're going to go on. Upon further digging, there were many, I didn't read it. There were many companies that made video game cartridge catalogs. iMagic, Telesys, and even Sears catalogs just for games. Just for games. I have never seen a single one of these despite them supposedly coming in the box of new game cartridges. So here's more. It's got years on them too. Like they had different ones for different years. And some like Atari had months. So it'd be like fall, winter, 1985. There you go. Sears video arcade cartridges. Just, yeah. So we've got a no from Ryu, note from Yabba Dabba Doo. I was here. Bigger Pick says no. Maybe I was thinking of the catalogs of war games like Avalon Hill, says General Sorrow. No way, says Pushing Buttons. They had 2 pages max, says Yabba Dabba Doo. No, some of them were like 10 to 15 pages. Some were like a pamphlet, though. I agree. Like, I believe the the Sears one may have folded, like, been a pamphlet that folded out. But some of these have staples because there's so many pages. Those would be collectible. I think they are collectible. C3PO doesn't know, but catalogs make sense back then. I agree, they do. Here is another aspect of them. I can't read that. Can you read that, Jeff? Are you able to read that?
Which part?
The red at the top.
Yeah. Long time ago, in a gaming galaxy far, far away, the popular CD and video organization, Columbia House, offered.
Oh, wait, don't read this yet. Don't read this yet. This is in the wrong place. Don't read it. Move on. Here's the question first. Finally, I have a question that is a little off topic. What was Columbia House known for? What do you recall them first selling? And yes, we have discussed the logo before. It never looked that crazy and merged. So, it's a double question. What was Columbia House known for, and what do you recall them first selling? In the chat, please. 100 CDs for a penny, says Noise Guru. That's a sink.
Yeah.
Yep. So, pushing buttons says CDs. Records, then cassettes, says General Sorrow. Let's see. Oh, wait. I think I missed. Nope. Hold on, wait. My chat is jumping. I'm sorry. Let's see. Ripping you off for compact disc, says Angels Don't Fall. Records, says Go-Kart Bob. Lord Frybread says records. Preliminal says records. 10 CDs for a penny, says Everjosh. Vinyl records, says Mandanimal. Ripping them off is more like it. I agree, says General Sorrow.
Yep.
I agree with that 100%. 8 for a penny, says Angels Don't Fall. No idea about that Columbia House because you're too young. It's okay, Ryu. But, well, I'll get to that. Give me a minute. I know them for CDs, says C3PO. They were a scam record company. General Sorrow says, then CDs. Chili says Yabba Dabba Doo. Then you had to buy another 3 for triple price of what they bill you for all of them. Yep. Known for only 2 more to buy over 2 years. I remember that logo like that, says Ashley. You do remember the logo like that. That's crazy. I do. I have a folder with residue of how I remember it. Okay. They're all saying the same, except Go-Kart Bob, who throws in coffee. All right. In my past, Columbia House was first known for albums, 8-tracks, and cassettes, scams, where you would get 10 for a penny, then a recurring subscription every month of 2 more at 5 times the retail price. They eventually switched to CDs and home video VHS. Their last deal was 5 DVDs for 49 cents before digital killed their business model. Or so I thought. Go on. In case you have no idea, Ryu, what I'm talking about, here are some Columbia House ads through the years. So take any 8 CDs or 12 cassettes for a penny. Columbia House DVD Club. I can't read the other ones. They're too small. Any 11 tapes or records for 1 penny. That was their deal. We can go on. They are shockingly still in business. So, Ryu, you probably should have heard of these. We all should have known. Because they're still in business. I don't know how. For the low price of $20 for only 2 DVDs. I don't even have a DVD player anymore. You too can still get DVDs sent to your door that you do not want. How are they still profitable? How are they still in business? This makes no sense to me whatsoever.
No.
It's insane.
I couldn't believe this.
I couldn't either. Oh, check it out. The alias you set this command to be of tip does not exist because I am demonetized. Yes, I'm demonetized. Keep going. But that's not why I'm asking this. I asked about Columbia House because I have no memory of them selling Atari games. Their model for Atari games was similar to today. Two games for $4.95 each. No penny deals here. Then games you have never heard of show up for $50 each. Totally made up price. I just assume that's how much they would charge for a game at this business model. Has anyone ever heard of Columbia House having a game club where they sold Atari games? Yes or no? Angels Don't Fall games? Say what? Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw this. Insane. Anyone? Anyone remember the games? Because it gets worse. Got a note from C3PO, no games, Lord Frybread. I thought they disappeared around the mid 80s, says Preliminal. Let's see. Yeah, it's all no to the games. I think that was in video game magazines. It may have been. I don't know. Bigger Pick says no. Go Kart Bob is no. Never seen that before. LL3 ETs for just $75. ETs. No, says Ryu. Okay, so even stranger. You could also buy a knockoff Atari, the Columbia Home Arcade, a rebranded Coleco Gemini, which is also an Atari knockoff, for only $49.95. That was a steal compared to Atari's price of $189.99. Has anyone ever heard of Columbia House selling game systems and Atari games? Guys, listen, I grew up poor. A lot of us grew up poor in the 80s. Okay? Why would our parents shell out $189.99 plus like $35 for a couple of games, like per game for a couple games, when they could have gotten a Gemini rebranded knockoff that played Atari games for only $49.95 and gotten two games for $4.95 each? Why would they do that? Why would they not do this? This makes much more sense for people who don't have money. I've never heard of this. Has anyone ever heard of Coleco? Well, I knew about the Coleco Gemini. Coleco having like selling no name brands of their knockoff to Columbia House so that they can brand it the Columbia Home Arcade. Do you remember Columbia House doing any of this? This is just not my reality. I'm just going to say that. None of this makes sense. None of this. I've seen none. Not at all, says push a button. I would have bought one, says Lord Frybread, right? That was a month's food for family back then, right, Noise? I mean, I don't know. It's just nuts to me. This is all nuts to me. And speaking of the Coleco Gemini Columbia House Home Arcade, which, by the way, was sued by Atari, I also have no memory of Sears making an Atari clone in 1981. How did they get away with this? It looks nearly identical to the Atari 2600. Like, it's the only difference is there's no Atari logo in the corner, and it says Sears Video Arcade Cartridge System instead. Can you zoom in on the picture on the left where you can actually see the game system? Like, it looks just like the Atari.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I
Had that.
You had that one?
Yes, I never knew that's what it was till just now.
So you didn't have an Atari, you had that.
Yes,
Why do you say that?
because that's
you knew
what it
yours
was.
wasn't it. No, I'm saying you knew yours was not Atari, is what you're saying?
No, I didn't till just now.
Okay, again, Atari looked just like this.
Oh, it did?
It's identical to the Atari. The only difference right, even down to the controllers. The only difference that there was an Atari logo where it says whatever it says in white in that bottom corner. That's the only difference.
It's very possible that I had that.
Jeff, give me a minute. I'm sending you a picture of Atari.
I mean, I wouldn't have known the difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known the difference either, but, well, I opened the box, so I know it was an Atari. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a minute. I'm just showing you how identical it is. And well, if my stupid thing would let me save a picture. Okay, I'm sending it to Messenger, and if you wouldn't mind sharing these two pictures with Messenger, just so people can see just in case there's people unfamiliar with the Atari 2600. Okay?
After this,
No, I would stop here and show it to them real quick. You should have it. C3PO vaguely remembers the Sears one. The power adapter has an Atari logo. That is a good eye noise guru. I agree. I agree, Pushin. Well, I'm going to be talking about one tonight for Liminal. I will be talking about one tonight. Okay, Jeff's ready. So as you can see, it's literally identical. Literally. The only difference is the Atari logo in the bottom right corner. If you go to the next screen, you can even see the next picture I sent. You can even see the orange button with the orange dashes around the controller. You can't zoom in. It's identical. That's why I don't know how they got away with it. We can go back to the presentation now, though. Identical. All right. Identical. All right, we can go on. Yeah, identical. Absolutely identical.
well, I think this one's a little darker on the wooden part here.
Maybe. I don't know. But someone, Noise Guru said that the power block has an Atari logo on it.
And if that's the case, I think that's the one I had. Never knew it.
But back to Columbia House. Records and 8 tracks? No. Oh, excuse me, I have to call. Sorry. I know about them now, but if you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have said cassette tapes. That Columbia House started with cassette tapes, not records and 8 tracks. Maybe records, but I don't remember them selling 8 tracks. But that was 5 years ago. The game, I covered them covering 8 tracks. The games, heck no, never. But an even stronger, no freaking way is my last question in this presentation. Oh, this is a duplicate slide. You can go to the next one. There we go. Yes or no? Do you recall any other companies that operated identically to Columbia House? I am speaking of music and movies only. Do you recall of any other companies doing the buy this many CDs or cassettes for a penny scam? Same business model. Do you recall any? Okay, here's another question. Pushing buttons and angels don't fall. Do you recall any besides BMG? Yes or no? Because I have a correction. I do remember BMG. So any besides BMG, let's put it that way. No, just those two, says General Sorrow. No, only the two, says Angels Don't Fall. Let's see. Wait, I just saw a message I missed I wanted to read. Oh no, General Sorrow, you're not the reason why I was not monetized. Not the chat. No, not at all. Let's see. Okay, so I remember another one, but can't remember the name offhand, says Bigger Pick. Maybe one other, but cannot recall the name. BMG for CDs, says Lord Fry Bread. There was like 3 of them, says Yabba Dabba Doo. Interesting, because I only recall Columbia House and BMG. Not in. There might be one in the UK, but not in the US. 2 options is familiar, says Meister. I was thinking it starts with an O. Guys, you would know what it starts with. Let me tell you this. You would know the name. Okay, we can go on. If there were other companies, why have I never heard anyone mention them? Again, we're ignoring BMG. I do remember BMG. The only one I have ever heard of, other than BMG, that I've ever heard anyone talk about is Columbia House. Hey, Rick Sanchez, welcome. BMI is body mass index, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go, Noise Guru. All right, go on.
Rick Sanchez.
Go on, Jeff. Yet there were 2 more in the USA that were just as popular as Columbia House at different times in history. Have you ever heard of the RCA Victor Music Club or the Capitol Records Music Club? I've never heard of these. I've heard of RCA. I've heard of RCA Victor. I've heard of Capitol Records. I've never heard of them doing this 5 albums for 97 cents, 10 albums for 4, or 4 albums for 99 cents. I've never heard of this. Let's see. Push a button says no. Lord Fry Bread, RCA, preliminal no. No, they never had clubs in my timeline. Before my time, says General Sorrow. No, not these clubs, says Bigger Pick. There's more pictures if you want to go on. They were all doing it at the same time, exactly. I'm going to get there, Gabba Dabba Doo. Correction. Or maybe you remember BMG Music Club, because I do too. That one sounds a bit familiar, a little familiar, but I do remember BMG now. RCA Victor Music Club became BMG when BMG acquired RCA Records in 1986. Are any of these possible Mandela effects for you? They all are for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And now we're going to the last one.
Which is good because I'm getting real tired.
Me too. I only got 3 hours of sleep in 30 hours now. Yeah, it is interesting that they don't call it RCA Victro. Why they call it RCA Victor? Interesting. Yeah, Jess.
A few years ago, I covered an event that no longer matches my memory. Unfortunately, there's more to history now, as well as a possible new Mandela effect. The crew of the Challenger space shuttle included a teacher. Please spell her last name. MC blank.
They're all over the place, the name. I can say her name, guys. Her name was Krista McAuliffe. How do you spell McAuliffe? Okay, look, in the chat, look, Dermal Sorrow, do you see Jeff? Califf or some such, says Dermal Sorrow. MC capital C, says Lord Frybread. MCC, says Ryu. General Sorrow says, on the pick, MCA. Exactly, that's the problem. MCC for Noise Guru. Ryu was just guessing. Mandanimal is MCU. FF at the end. See, I knew some of them weren't going to remember the E at the end. MC Escher. Good one, Meister. ALL for Angels Don't Fall. MCC for Pushing Buttons. MC or MCAU. LIFF, says General Sorrow. All right, we can go on, Jeff. Now, guys, I have to say something real quick. The residue, I have a ton of it. I didn't have time to highlight it, so I just included 2 of each residues. There's 2. One has an E at the end, one does not have an E at the end. They're 2 different color greens. I just included 2 slides of residue for now. I'll show the rest next week, but I wanted to get this up today, because today is the anniversary. Today is the anniversary of the Challenger tragedy, so I wanted to talk about it tonight. Go ahead, Jeff.
In my past, her name was like McCartney, or McCabe. Her name was McCullough in my past, but in this reality, her name is McCullough with 1 C. That looks so wrong to me.
So I want you to think about my reasoning here. You don't spell McCarthy, MCARTHY. It's MCCARTHY. Same way with McCartney. You know what I'm saying? It's not MC capital ARTNEY. It's CC. When it's a Mick and the name begins with a C, you know what I'm saying? And I was saying, I'm sure there's more names, but the only person, I only know one last name that has a vowel after the MC, and that's McAndrews. And that's in my personal life. That's the only name I knew like that, with a vowel after the Mick. So this is how the name is spelled: MCAULIFFE. I can't talk about that yabba dabba doo. I mentioned that at the end. I can't talk about that. I am right now waiting for word on whether or not I can be remonetized. So I can't talk about that stuff. I'm going to be very, very careful right now. Yeah, Jeff. No, you're fine. You can talk about it. I can't verbally talk about it. You're fine, yabba dabba doo. The chat doesn't affect that. It's what I say. So here's residue of Krista McAuliffe with no E at the end, with MC, capital C. And then the dark green is with the E at the end, of MCC with the E at the end. And yes, you're correct. MC is son of. Preliminary, you can search it, and there are videos and photos and things to see. That's all I can say. Yeah, Jeff. So here's the, and these are from like the American Space Museum, spelling her name wrong, with a C. Like, you know, sites that should know how to spell this woman's name. So the rewind question that has been updated, because history has been updated.
But the main question, the rewind update, is what killed the crew of the Challenger? 1, drowning. 2, suffocation. 3, from the explosion. 4, from hitting the water.
I'm not asking what you've heard. I'm asking what you remember. How were the crew killed? 1, 2, 3, or 4? General Sorrow says 2, suffocation. Mandanimal says 3, from the explosion. Pushing Button says 2, suffocation. Bigger Pick says 3, from the explosion. Go-Kart Bob says 4. Yabba Dabba Doo says 3. Yellow Sun says 3. Hey, Yellow Sun. Angels Don't Fall says in midair. I agree. Yep. Preliminal says 3. Ryu says no idea, but if there was an explosion, then my guess would be 3. 5, none of the above, says Noise Guru. Pushing Button says 2 or 3. Ever Josh says 3. General Sorrow, that is the current reality. That is not my reality that I was in. Rudy P, welcome, says they burnt up during entry. They were gone in an instant, says Angels Don't Fall. Vaporized. That is what I was told. That is what I learned. All 4, says Yabba Dabba Doo. We watched it live in the classroom. I was 10 or 9 at the time because I was still in school. Re-entry was the Columbia, says Noise Guru. Thank you. I was racking my brain trying to think which one it was. We can go on, Jeff.
In my past, the entire crew passed the moment the shuttle exploded. But in 2020, that is not what history stated. Back then, they claimed they had died from asphyxiation, burns, and drowning. The info shared in 2020 is above.
What does it say, Jeff? In green, I can't read it.
All right. The Space Shuttle Challenger exploded just 73 seconds after blasting off from Florida's Kennedy Space Center, killing all 7 astronauts on board, including New Hampshire educator Krista McAuliffe.
So they're reporting At 73 seconds after launch, it exploded, killing all 7 astronauts on board. The explosion did. That was my past. That is what happened when I watched it in 1986. However, we can go on.
But in 2024, the reasons are asphyxiation and dismemberment from impact with the water. They are saying that they could have survived if there was a softer landing. They even say that 2 emergency oxygen masks were deployed. Does this match your memory?
And I want to point out that when I wrote this yesterday, it was 2 emergency masks, and now it's 3. Yesterday I wrote this, there was 2 emergency masks. Today, when I was highlighting the images, it was 3 emergency masks in multiple places. So I shifted between yesterday and today. Can you read that stuff that's highlighted, please?
NASA Challenger crew survived blast and fell 12 miles to their death, fully conscious. Astronauts likely survived for minutes after Challenger explosion. Believes crew died on impact with ocean.
And that's the year 2011, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2011, 12 years ago. Go ahead, Jeff.
Shuttle crew said to have survived blast. Challenger crew was conscious after blast. NASA reports at least 3 emergency air packs were activated. Heard on cabin tape.
Wait. Does anyone remember being heard on cabin tape? Do you ever remember hearing that? Yes or no in the chat?
Nope.
3 emergency air packs were activated and heard on cabin tape. That is completely new for me. And this article is from 1986. All right, go on. There's a lot to read there. I'm sorry.
Actually, most of the crew were probably conscious and aware of their fate for the 2.5 minutes it took to fall to the sea. Powell's account in the newspaper said at least 3 of the astronauts were able to turn on emergency air supplies after the blast.
There it is again, 3. And it was 2 yesterday. Go on.
The condition of salvaged parts indicated the shuttle's crew compartment survived the explosion intact. There was no clear evidence the cabin even depressurized before it broke apart when it hit the ocean at 200 miles per hour, dismembering the astronauts' bodies. If it had landed softly, the newspaper quoted an investigator as saying they could have swam home. Shirley Green of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration said there had been no cover-up and no attempt to cover up.
Yeah, same here, Meister. That's what I said. I'm recovering this. He says no, and I've dug into this a couple times at least. It would be called the transmission. I agree, pushing button.
Yep.
Yeah, but I do. Houston, we had a problem.
Yeah. There's more to this event that I would like to talk about, but can't on YouTube, but you can in the comments. As for the details in this presentation, are any of these Mandela effects for you? Let me know what you remember in the comments below.
And before you take this off the screen, without saying a word, can you just zoom in on that picture for the chat? We can't say a word, but we can zoom in. And there's words at the top we cannot read. Well, there's a word we can't read. So, yeah. There is a website though, just the real too. Source just the real on Facebook. So, if anyone's curious, like I said, you can find a lot by googling, even on YouTube. But that's it for the show tonight, guys. Thank you for showing up a day later. Thank you for showing up late on a Sunday night or late on a Monday night if you're in New Zealand. And we'll see you next week. You guys are awesome. Do you want to do a shout out before we leave, Jeff? Because I can only see like the last 15 minutes. Oh, and also please send prayers to Super Mario Brothers 3. He just lost his mother. He put it in the chat earlier, so I feel it's okay to say that. Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me pushing buttons. See, I told you that you'd need to remind me. Pushing buttons is Swiffer Wet Mop. Let me explain. So, basically, the Swiffer Wet Jet mop, Pushing Buttons is convinced killed his cat. I would just be on the safe side. If you have a cat, because you gotta remember, they walk and then they lick themselves to clean themselves. They're licking their paws, things like that. I would not use a Swiffer Wet Jet around a cat or even maybe a dog. I wouldn't even risk it. If you have pets, please avoid a Swiffer Wet Mop. Or a baby, says Pushing Buttons. Because he's convinced that is what killed his cat. I would have to go back and get his message. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can get it up real quick. I knew I'd forget to mention it. That's why I said, please remind me. Oh, I'm scrolling. There's a lot of messages here. Let's see. Wait 1 second. I said, please remind me. That's what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second, guys. You want to do the shout out while I look for this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, we have Everjosh 08, Mand Animal, Noise Guru, Bigger Pick, Ryu, Mikado, Yabba Dabba Preliminal, Angels Don't Fall, Pushing Buttons 62, C3PO's Golden Calf, Go-Kart Bob Lord, Fry Bread, Noise Guru, General Sorrow,
Can you still hear me?
huh?
I didn't know if you could still hear me because I was looking through my messages. Okay.
Meister E-Cop, I think that says.
Meister E-Cop.
Meister.
Yeah.
Angels Don't Fall. I don't know if I said that one yet.
I found what I need to read. So just let me know when you're done.
Did I say Mand Animal yet? Well, now I did.
Now you did. Yep.
Lord Fry Bread, which I probably said already. There are a few more, but I can't find them.
I'm going to go in. I was given permission by Pushing Buttons to read his message. So when Jeff is done.
Highest ranking Anon, was here as well.
Thank you, Pushin.
Ashley.
Ryu, Philo hasn't been here, and Super Mario was here earlier, but
Super
had to
Mario.
leave.
That's right. I didn't say Super Mario.
I'll push it. Hey, John Nada, just in time for the closing shout outs.
Hey, John Nana.
And Yellow Sun, you missed Yellow Sun.
Yellow
Just popped
Sun,
in.
okay.
Yeah,
Rick
bigger brick and
Sanchez.
fry bread. John Nada's probably just waking up instead of going to bed. Like us.
And I think I got everybody now.
All right. Now going back to Pushing Button's message about the Swiffer Wetjet.
Rudy
He
P.
says,
Missed him.
Rudy P. You missed Rudy P. Okay. So
And M.
after,
Hop 22.
after doing a lot of digging, I found that the solution they use is one chemical away from being antifreeze. I was looking through my pictures on my phone, and right when Jasmine, his cat, started losing weight, I took a pic of a list of where I bought my mop. I did make sure it said pet safe, but they are not. I don't know what they're saying now. So basically, the chemical in there is very close to antifreeze, and antifreeze is highly toxic to pets. And here we go. Here's the other part of the message. Swiffer antifreeze. Let's see. Yeah, basically, it's a warrant. We're just saying if you have pets and children, small children, we recommend staying away from the Swiffer Wetjet. And thank you, Pushin, for letting us know, because that's terrifying to me. And I used to have one too. We used to use them around my mom had 4 dogs, and I used to use Swiffer Wetjet in her kitchen. And yeah, so it's I don't know, it's not good.
Welcome, Sleepy Espresso Machine.
Welcome and good night to
Yeah.
Sleepy Espresso Machine and John Nada, because you guys are just hopping in at the end. But yeah, that's it for us, guys. It is 4 a.m. here. We will be here next week. This time, it'll be Saturday next week. Definitely Saturday next week. It's been a rough week for me. I got to fix my sleep schedule. It's really bad right now. But Jeff, is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, thanks everybody for checking us out this late. We appreciate that. And I want to say to Super Mario, I'm sorry for your loss. And I also want to say in probably a couple of weeks, we're going to start streaming on my channel as well.
Oh, and also, we may do a show exclusively on my Rumble. Hebrew would like to talk about some things that we can't talk about on YouTube. So we may do a show exclusively on Rumble where we talk about things that aren't Mandela Effect related. I mean, they may come up. Mandela Effects may come up. But we're going there to talk about something else. Other things.
And on that note, when we do the shows on my channel, we are also going to talk about other things as well.
Yes.
And I am also going to play more of my music. And I do have to say, if you are offended by foul language and jokes that might not be
Political stuff.
politically correct and allowed nowadays, well, that's my sense of humor. And those are the kind of songs we're going to be playing, but they're funny.
So, yeah, and we haven't been playing them here because we're streaming too much. We're not here. We're not taking the breaks. You got to remind me to take a break because I know you have copyright-free music in there. You could
Yeah,
play.
I have plenty of them I could still play on this show.
Yeah, we've got. If it wasn't 4:10 in the morning, I'd say do it now. But we're gonna play one of your songs on the outro anyway. So it's my favorite song. My favorite song of his. That's why it's the outro. It also fits well because it's funny. It's irony. If you don't get the joke, I love it. I love it.
Oh, and I am going to put my channel that we will be streaming on.
Yeah, you should subscribe if you want to catch that show.
As soon as I figure out how. There we go.
Yeah, and like I said, the GoFundMe is staying up until I know we're okay for February because I'm very nervous right now because it doesn't look like we're getting the tax refund in February now, and I'm afraid that if we don't pay him what we promised, he's going to file because he already did the diversion program. He can file at any time, and that's a little scary that he has that. I got to call the diversion program and see if there's like a time limit for that. Like there has to be, right? Like if we're, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it when we catch up, he's got to go through diversion again? Like, what is the time limit for that? So to have that hanging over our heads that he could file at any time. Do you know what I'm saying? I got to look into that. That makes me nervous. But anyhow, thank you for being here, everyone. We love you guys. We will see you next week. Have a great night and enjoy Jeff's song in the outro. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube. Turn the strap off, 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 please turn it off. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I've seen this show about 1,000,000 times. Not even funny when I'm drunk or high. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I'm telling you now for the 100th time. To change the channel, this show is a crime. Why must we watch Friends? 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 That laugh track is so annoying to me. They wouldn't need it if the show was funny. Why must we watch Friends? 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 There's so much better ways to spend my day than watch TV sing down a cat so smelly. Why must we watch Friends? 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 Why must we watch Friends?